Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this. So I do want to ask all of you that are watching, do you believe that XRP can grasp a $1 trillion market cap? If you do believe this, hit that like button and also comment down below what you think the overall market cap of XRP should be right now. A lot of people are continuously overlooking the idea that XRP's price action got completely killed by the SEC. I think that a lot of people think that XRP is just this complete shitcoin, that it's a scam, it's this, it's that. Ripple's dumping it on the retail sector. I want you all to realize that as we do focus on XRP, we focus on the value behind it, we focus on the utility behind it as well. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of people just kind of overlook. Outside of what Ripple is doing with XRP, there's an entire XRP-powered ecosystem on the XRP ledger. These are use cases that are tokenizing real estate, a $300 trillion plus market. You also have tokenization of securities, equities, bonds. There's so much within the tokenization area, but then you also have NFTs, collectibles, and there's so much more happening on the XRP ecosystem. Now, yes, do I think that what Ripple is doing with XRP is also a huge area of opportunity? 100%. But outside of all of that, Ethereum, we know that Ethereum hit a $550 billion market cap during its run-up. Now we know XRP was trailing right by, and it actually flipped Ethereum multiple times during 2017. And even during 2020, we were closing the gap on Ethereum. The lawsuit came out at a perfect time. Absolutely slaughtered the momentum that XRP had. If we wouldn't have seen that lawsuit being announced, right, we would have had a double-digit plus figure on XRP. We would have had a $500 billion plus market cap. And if we are going off of the pattern from 2017 and 2018's bull run, we would have had roughly around a $750 billion market cap for XRP, meaning we would have had almost a $10 to $15 plus XRP. This is the cost of the lawsuit. This is the damage that the lawsuit had on XRP's valuation. So, let's dive in and let's talk about a few things that have just started to happen outside of the US and why I believe that when we have this lawsuit behind us, XRP is going to surprise a lot of people and ultimately shock the world, because I do believe that XRP is a $1 trillion plus standard. So, like I said, there's a ton of retail demand for XRP on the XRP ledger. The XRP ecosystem continues to expand every single day. But outside of that, we focus on what Ripple is doing with XRP as well. Because see, XRP is that token that has a huge opportunity. It has a retail demand to it, and it has an institutional grade demand to it, and also an enterprise grade demand. So this has a network effect that we haven't really seen much within this market. The only other token that comes close to what XRP is doing right now is HBAR, because HBAR does have retail demand as well as enterprise grade demand. So as we look at this announcement here, this is from the UAE. New on-demand liquidity partner on the way. It's from Wrath of Kahneman. Ripple executives met with Joya Lucas Exchange UAE to discuss how Ripple enables money transfers Inc. on-demand liquidity using XRP. The post concludes, we look forward to collaborating. And we do see we are excited to collaborate with you. And this is from the general manager at Joya Lucas Exchange. It was a pleasure to meet with, you guys have the three names there, of Ripple, the market leader in enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions. It was a great discussion on how Ripple could be a great enabler for money transfer entities to scale up for affordable cross-border payments, instant settlement, and continuous liquidity access with their on-demand liquidity using the XRP platform. So yes, I think that this is an incredible opportunity. And as we looked back in time, right, going all the way back to January, we know that the UAE, has been proactive in positioning itself as a crypto hub. See, this is not the only area that has been proactive, though. The UK has been very, very vocal about their stance on becoming a crypto hub as well. And Ripple also made a big impact in the UK. We've addressed this. But now we are starting to see some expansions happening within the UAE. specifically around cross-border payments, instant settlement, and also liquidity through on-demand liquidity. This is a game changer. Now, from this, I could see this expanding rapidly. Use cases expanding rapidly within the UAE, and also even outside of the UAE. Outside of the US, we are starting to see a shift in Ripple's favor to not only utilize XRP powered on-demand liquidity, but also a lot of what Ripple is offering as well in terms of blockchain and crypto empowered solutions. I'm very excited for this. Now, also, recently, Arrington XRP Capital moved north of $50 million into the company in XRP in less than 2 seconds for a cost of 30 cents. Shout out to Riz XRP for this, but listen closely to this video real quick and just realize the value behind this. 1 second, just notice that the audio is muted, so 1 second.
Like, yeah, people, the tribalism in this industry is insane. So there's Bitcoin maximalists, but everybody agrees, like, you know, XRP sucks, and I actually, I don't really get it, right? I mean, they're a legitimate company, they don't pretend to be something they're not, and they're really good at one thing, moving money fast and cheap. And it's fantastic, it fills a big need. And for a hedge fund like us to be able to denominate in Ripple and XRP, I just did the same thing, is really, really, really good. When we did our first close, we moved north of $50 million into the company in Ripple, in XRP, in like 2 seconds, and it cost 30 cents. Now, that is amazing. There's no way to do that with fiat or Bitcoin. There's just no way to do it that fast and that cheaply, and so it serves a really useful need for us. And then also when our LPs eventually redeem, hopefully never, but when they want some of the money back, we just send it in XRP again, and there's no 3-day wait for international wires or 1-day wait for US wires. We're not paying wire fees and all that. It's just, I don't understand why that's hard to understand. And so the religious wars aside, the tribalism aside, it does some things really well, and we love it for that.
And this is what I've always addressed with XRP as well, is a lot of people underwrite just how big of a transformation this is for traditional finance. You know, you can't do what these hedge funds, these companies, these financial companies, and, you know, at some point in time, I do believe that banks will also be utilizing this technology as well. Bank of America already expressed their interest in this once the lawsuit is done. You know, you don't see banks wanting to adopt Bitcoin or Ethereum for payments. You might see Bitcoin MEXC accounts saying, hey, you know, this bank wants to use Bitcoin. We all know that that is just a sham. This technology is extremely transformative. When we take a look at central banks and CBDCs, for an example, I seen this post by Anderson over on Twitter, and it does speak volumes because we've been addressing CBDCs for a while. I mean, listen, you can go back in time, and CBDCs have been in discussions. They've been in planning for years and years and years. I think that one of the earlier concepts was even back in the 90s. And you can see this on cbdctracker.org. But we do see, to expand on this, remember when Jim Cunha from Boston Federal Reserve showed Ripple working with Brazil on a retail CBDC prototype? A mistake. I doubt someone from Boston Fed would do such a mistake. And here you guys have Brazil working with Ripple to build a prototype. Now, he is quoting this tweet here where he was saying, why I believe Ripple are working with a lot of central banks with their CBDC's description of a current job opening, partner solution director, central banks. And here we have what you'll do: work with multiple clients simultaneously to understand where and how our technology can assist them in meeting their CBDC objectives. Then down here, we have this was from November 2021. Long after the lawsuit was launched against Ripple, a retail CBDC would need to be highly scalable in a market with 200 million people. The private XRP ledger is said to be able to handle tens of thousands of TPS and even higher in the future. And yes, this could scale over time. It has the potential to scale vertically, which we've talked about. A lot of these networks in the space, like DLT networks, like Hedera, for example, could have unlimited TPS demand, which is a game changer. Again, you won't be able to see this on networks like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The crazy thing is that a lot of people were fine with Bitcoin hitting a $1 trillion market cap. Let's take a real quick look at this, right? So with Bitcoin, we know at some point in time, this will be at $100,000. At a $100,000 price on Bitcoin, this would take it to a $1.9 trillion market cap. Now, I've seen a lot of people say $250,000. And yeah, I'm sure that I will see $250,000 on Bitcoin probably within the next 10 years. Who knows? Could happen very soon. We don't know. But if XRP had that same market cap, this would be almost $100 for XRP. Okay? Now, I want to ask you all, what makes Bitcoin worth $4.8 trillion? Or let alone, because a lot of people have said $160,000, what makes Bitcoin worth $3.1 trillion? What's the narrative here on why Bitcoin's worth this? Because I could talk all day long about the value behind XRP. I could talk about these areas wanting to utilize on-demand liquidity, which is one of the biggest game changers around finance. We have companies that are moving $50 million in 2 seconds for a cost of 30 cents. See, whenever we talk about XRP, whenever we talk about, okay, XRP could be worth $50 to $100, you get laughed at. There's no way that XRP will be worth $50. Listen, you take the total supply into accountability at $50, we have a market cap of $5 trillion. At $100, you have a market cap of $10 trillion. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. I've seen a lot of people say that Bitcoin will be worth $1 million per. $520,000 near, we would have that $10 trillion market cap. Okay? At $5 trillion in market cap, Bitcoin would be worth $260,000. If you go over on Twitter and say Bitcoin's going to be worth $250,000 to $500,000, who's going to disagree with you? I almost guarantee you that it's a small percentage. Now, if I went over to Twitter right now and said XRP will be worth $5 trillion to $10 trillion market cap, almost everyone will be coming for my neck. Because again, XRP is a token that has not made a new all-time high since 2017, 2018. And it's a very easy narrative to push because guess what? The SEC went after XRP at the perfect time to kill any momentum that there was for price action. But we still managed to almost hit $2. We are still in the top 10. We've been in the top 10 for over a decade. The XRP ledger, for over a decade, it was tried and tested from major enterprises, financial institutions, as being that opportunity to not only have on-demand liquidity, but also for instant payments, cross-border payment disruption. This is future-grade technology. And when we take a look at CBDCs, yes, CBDCs are on their way. And there has been private-based Ethereum CBDCs, and they have encountered scalability issues already in the past trials. In the Swedish e-krona trials, they questioned whether using Corda could be scalable enough. That is in the market with 10 million people. Private XRP ledger could be scalable enough. It is thus likely Brazil's central bank have trialed the private XRP ledger CBDC ledger for a retail CBDC. The results in that case may have been good or may have been bad. We don't know. Consensus stated a retail CBDC will transact in 1,000 times more transactions per second than a wholesale CBDC. A retail CBDC must thus be massively more scalable. I also noticed that the job opening said that CBDC teams now included Brazil. I believe this is new, but I might be wrong. Just a small indication. And here you guys have Brazil or Singapore. You also see USA and even the UK. And we do see this would also indicate, if true, that a lot of Ripple's work with CBDCs is under NDA. From my understanding, this is the only time we've heard about Ripple plus Brazil plus CBDC. Is it because of the lawsuit? Stellar's pilot with the Ukraine was made public. Time will tell. And yeah, I do believe that we are going to see a lot more major updates around the CBDC space with Ripple. Why do I believe this? Well, let's go over to this video here. 58 seconds long, got posted by Black Swan Capitalist. This is James Wallace talking about the strategic viewpoints of CBDCs and how the XRP ledger is capable of handling the scale for this.
XRP ledger is, world-leading public blockchain, which was built for payments and issuing currencies. So it's a natural fit for CBDCs. We've taken that and basically providing a private version of that for the central banks. Something that's going to be absolutely critical for the success of CBDCs and the adoption of them is the relationship between the public sector and the private sector. As I mentioned earlier, we view that the public sector, the central banks working with the government, will be the designers, the rule setters in terms of policy, and the implementers of the platform for the core capabilities around wholesale and retail CBDC, but that the use cases will come from the private sector. The list just goes on and on and on. There's literally endless potential use cases.
And again, there is endless potential here for XRP because there's nothing like this out there. You won't see this in the traditional world. This is why I always say, like, as we focus on technology, as we focus on this entire space, we are at that major opportunity area around technology where we are seeing the next evolution of financial tech. We are seeing the next evolution of what there is going to be in the future around finance, payments, and every single major industry and sector out there. This is why I always put a spotlight on DLT, on the fourth industrial revolution, on crypto technology, and why it's so crucial for us to continue to fight the good fight against regulators that are trying to kill this space. Because if we don't see this innovation thrive, guess what? We see the next major wealth transfer get completely stolen from the hands of the retail sector. And we cannot afford to see that happen. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. If you guys are in this beautiful world, it's been Nick. Peace out, guys.